I think the other part of that was that he moved the girlfriend into the house that they share, that she's still, like, his wife is still there. So, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are like, nah, like, this doesn't sit right with me. I don't like that.
Hello everyone, I'm Erica.
And I'm Akilah.
Welcome to HeartsChat.
So going with our episode tonight, we're talking about B. Smith. We're continuing our conversation about relationships and thought this one's definitely something we should talk about. So What do you think?
Okay. I guess if for all those who may not know and or living under a rock, B. Smith is kind of known as like a lifestyle guru, a restaurant. Like, she does a lot of everything. She's just really well known. But she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. And the controversy is her husband kind of just more recently let it be known that he has a girlfriend now while he's still married to her. So a lot of people are not feeling that. So, I mean, for me, I think I'm torn on this one. I think, and the only reason I'm torn is, was there ever a conversation prior to her Alzheimer's getting worse where, like, this was acceptable for her? Yeah. Because we're not in everybody's relationship. We can't pass judgment because we're not there every day. But I mean, if there was this conversation, then okay, like, that's their issue. That's what they want to deal with. I'm all fine for it. As long as all parties are on the same page, I agree with it. But if not, then I think this is terribly wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you, Akilah. It's kind of like I'm never one quick to judge.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what their agreement was. If there is one, I'm not in that house. Like, all I know is, like, what is out there. So I don't want to make assumptions.
Exactly.
But I'm with you on this. Because I was thinking about that too. Like, we don't know if, before it was getting worse, that, okay, this is what's going to happen. It's, starting to get to a certain point. So I want you to do X, Y, and Z, or, meet someone else. Could have been. I don't know that. But it does seem kind of like, I don't know. It's just hard because you look at their relationship as, you're a married couple. You've been married 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I think over 25 years they've been married. And then you have your girlfriend living in our house. And it's not like a secret. Like, you see pictures and videos with them, like, all together.
Yeah.
Interacting and engaging. And then somebody made the point of, well, why don't you just get a divorce? And then you could be her caretaker. But I don't know. It's just, it's hard to think about because we don't see these kind of situations every day.
And divorce isn't really all that easy. Like, people just say, oh, go get a divorce. No, there's a lot that goes into getting a divorce.
Yeah, in sickness and in health.
I was just about to say that. Yes.
Yeah. But imagine, like, how bad people would really be going for him if he just divorced her. It could be, okay, he doesn't want to divorce her because he loves her and he wants to stay married and, he made his vows. Or it could be, I'm going to look terrible if I divorce this woman because he can't marry the other woman. He's still married.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I didn't get to research much in terms of, like, because they have a daughter, or I think it's her stepdaughter and his daughter, and how people were kind of passing judgment on her because she seems so comfortable with everything. Like, I saw comments like, oh, her dad has her brainwashed and all this other stuff. But I'm like, I'm still like, all of us still are only seeing what is really being allowed to see. We really don't know these people. Like, we don't know that. We know, B. Smith as this person in the limelight, but you really don't know what's said in their house, what's going on. Like, it's a lot of this. I feel like we jump to conclusions before knowing all the facts.
Right. And people are people. Like, that's her dad.
Yes.
That's her family. Like, what do you expect her to say? And they've been dating like a year and a half. So she's had time to process this and
Exactly.
accept it for what, whatever it is. But also I saw that she had told her dad, like, I wouldn't post that if I were you. Like,
Oh.
but he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
You want to
She's
do.
like, hey, what's she gonna do about it?
Exactly. She can't control her father's actions.
Exactly. So in the parent-child dynamic, like, that's a whole nother story.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just really torn because on the one hand, like, I feel bad. Like, you feel bad for B. Smith because she's people kind of look at it's almost like she's being looked at as a victim because I've heard people say like this is abuse,
Yeah.
this isn't right, or she's like she's being taken advantage of. So on the other hand, you have her husband who's been taking care of her for all this time. And I saw one of his posts and he was saying that, you haven't seen her on her worst day. Like, you don't know what that's like. I don't know how long she's been battling with Alzheimer's or how long, he's been taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
In the condition that she's in, at the state of it that she's in. I don't know that. So I kind of feel bad. Like, he deserves to have a life too.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't have to spend the rest of his life lonely or depressed, because that can be depressing, being
Mm-hmm.
your spouse's caretaker, someone you thought you were going to grow old with together, and to watch them deteriorate like
Yes.
that and not be the same, like, that is hard too. So I think, he deserves to be happy too. I just think people have issue with him in a way of flaunting it.
Yes.
Media.
Yes. I think that's really it. But I mean, you're absolutely right. I feel like it's hard. The point you put out, watching a loved one deteriorate from Alzheimer's, I don't think people understand what that actually entails unless they go through it. Because, speaking with a lot of people who have experienced that, it's kind of like, it's just like, it's not the same. Like, all these things, like, and thoughts will cross their minds. I mean, it's a really hard disease for an entire family to deal with. The person dealing with it, yes, but the family watching it happen is also very difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. This is... Yeah, I think maybe he should maybe not just put it on social media at all.
I tell you.
Yep.
But, I think part of it is everybody can talk about what they want to talk about. There's all kinds of situations that happen in the world that we don't know about. So it does bring light to that. Unfortunately, he has to kind of take the flack for it. But at the same time, I do think about his current relationship, and maybe he didn't want to feel like confined, like, oh, you're a secret.
Yeah.
I don't want to live like you're not going to be a secret. I don't know. And it could be freeing. Like, you think about so many things that people do that they don't want to share because they're ashamed what other people are going to think. It could be really freeing to just live in your truth and be like, you know what? This is what it is. You may not like it. This is what it is. This is our family. This is what we're doing. Not saying it's right or wrong.
Right or wrong.
Way,
yeah.
But
absolutely. But I think the other part of that too is that I was reading that he was getting death threats now from this whole situation, and I'm just like, we're caring more. Like, don't get me started, because I feel like we care more about this issue than what other things that are happening in the world. Yes, people can care about multiple different things, but like, this is such a tricky situation for me in terms of like how involved people should be with this person's life.
Right.
Like I don't know. This is a hard one.
I haven't heard about any of B. Smith's family saying anything. I mean, this is
that's true.
So if it was like that big of an issue, or she was being harmed or abused in some type of way, I would imagine some other family members would have been vocal about it or have said something, or maybe they would have been her caretaker.
No, you're absolutely right. Like, just within like the hearing about the story, I really haven't heard anything from her family. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, in terms of maybe this was just like an agreement they already had. Like everybody had already known about this versus this being like a hush hush thing that just happened out of nowhere. So I think it's really harmful sometimes to just judge people based on this little bit of information we have.
Right. That's why social media is so hard. Like on the one hand, you can't speak on things you don't know about, but then when you're going to put it out there, you open yourself up to.
Yep. That too. And
maybe, I mean, I can't say he doesn't care because he's not mad when he's clapping back. So.
Yeah.
But that's why it is important to have those tough conversations, when you're married, because you're legally responsible for someone, if something were to happen.
Exactly.
So, tough conversations, but you definitely gotta have it.
I agree.
Well, anything else you guys say about this?
No. I mean, like I said, it just seems like a really
tough,
situation.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. So everybody that has a strong opinion, I couldn't even imagine to even think about like what I would do.
Exactly.
You can only say, I think I would do this, but when you're in that situation, because I know how hard that is, not firsthand, but just from different things that I've seen and what I've read about and what I've learned. I just couldn't imagine.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, everybody, we will see what happens, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to HeartsChat today, where we speak from the heart. We hope that you enjoyed our show. Catch us every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel and on our website, which is HeartsChatRadioshow.com. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages at HeartsChat Radio on Instagram and at HeartsChat on Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope.
We love to hear from you. If you have any comments or questions or topics that you want to hear about, you can email us at HeartsChat@HeartsChatRadioshow.com. And for all of your personal relationship questions, please visit my blog from ericasheart.com. Thank you for listening to HeartsChat, where we speak from the heart.